guys, and welcome to another free plugin Friday. Now you might have seen my previous one on Dead Duck Software. I'm never going to pronounce that properly when I'm talking too quickly. And this is now a subtractive synth by Dead Duck Software called the DJX10. It is based on the Roland JX series. I'm guessing by name, at least that is the idea. But it's a very simple subtractive synthesizer, good for you guys who just want to start getting into synthesis and don't want to be overrun with super complex modeled synths. Like, there's a lot of good free ones out there, but they're modeled off like rack gear and a bunch of Euro rack stuff, or they're modeled on old modular synths, and they're kind of a bit daunting. And this is quite simple and it sounds pretty okay. Now, I've been using it with a reverb because things often sound better with reverb, and that's the Tal Reverb 2. If I can put it in here, you might be able to see the controls, which is a free reverb. And if you want me to look at it, just let me know in the comments below. It's a pretty good reverb. There's a few Tal reverbs. 4 is the newest one. They all sound a bit different, and I like this one. So that's the version I used. So let's just go through some quick features. I'm going to mute the reverb because then you can really hear the sound of it, but we'll put some reverb back on later. So you basically got an oscillator. It's got a mix control. You can go 100% one oscillator or 50-50. You've got octave, you've got a semi control, so that was set down here for fifth, and a fine control. So I think these are for the second oscillator. That way you can, do like this, the fifth sweep pad, which is basically a fifth and your actual fundamental, and you have noise. Normal LFO controls, filter, that controls the pulse width modulation or the vibrato, and there's a rate control. So these are two, depth controls. And then you've got different modes. So what these modes mean is how it reacts to MIDI. So you'll have poly mode, which means you can play multiple notes normally. You have poly legato, which means if you play notes in legato, they'll keep the envelope going. Poly glide, which means any kind of glide settings. So like with this one. It's easy to show maybe with a high glide rate. So that's the glide. It means you can play poly and it still does the glide. Then you got your mono modes, which is mono legato, and mono glide's the same, but you can't play more than one note at a time. And then you got your glide rate and glide bend, and we can check what bend does in a minute. I'm not so sure. You got tuning, volume, your typical filter section, so cutoff, resonance, envelope, and velocity, and your filter envelopes here and your amp envelopes here. So it is really quite simple to get your head around. You can just use a few controls and get different sounds, and it comes with a fair few presets, not a huge amount, but your basic presets to get you started. So I think what we'll do, we're going to look at the glide thing first. We'll go through each section and do some sounds. I'm going to get an empty patch, which is an initial patch, and then we'll go through some of the presets, and you can really hear what this can do. So this is your basic sound. Then you mix. So there's a mix of waves, I'm guessing. Now I kind of understand the mix. That's an overall octave, semi. Doesn't affect that side, but affects when you got both together. So we want to do a bass sound. Maybe just say we'll go for a kind of mono bass sound. So I want 12 there, fine. To detune a bit, and noise. LFO we'll leave for a minute. Let's look at these modes. I think I want it in mono, but with a bit of a glide. Glide bend. So that's the front, and that's good for your hard kind of trance stuff. So let's put a little bit of that in. Filter. Full resonance, no resonance. Envelope. And take the glide bend off, bring the rate down. Let's add a little bit of release, a little bit of release here. We'll put a bit of filter in the LFO. Anyway, that's kind of a sound that's messing around. You kind of got the idea for the features. Obviously, with the amp and blow, you can go. Anyway, let's go through some of the presets. So we heard the 5th sweep pad. We've got echo pad. Add a bit of reverb. Got space chimes. Solid backing. I think there's a bass. Really 90s kind of bass. This is me on the modulation wheel. Monoglide. The kind of vintage Moogis vibe. Detune techno lead. Cool, this would be good with a massive pre-delay and a lot more highs. Bit higher. Get the idea, hard lead. Let's just move this so we can hear it. Don't know what that chromatic thing was I was just playing. Anyway, let's... I don't want to go through all of them. What's bubble? Let's kind of squelchy thing. Let's look at a 303 saw bass with a bit of an up. It can't be that low then. Automate that cutoff. See how it goes with the square bass. Bit more envelope. It kind of works as that kind of cheap ass 303 thing. A lot of kind of basses, synth strings. Could try that with a little bit of chorus. Let me just find Tower Chorus, another free chorus plugin. Go check out my old video on this one. Synth strings, that works pretty alright. And maybe some E pianos. Usually synths aren't very good at these kind of things, but let's listen with the chorus on. Oh, that's more like your pluck sound. That's cool. And there's a bit of brass stuff. There's a few effects like car horn. Helicopter. Let me turn the chorus off. Cool for your special effects. And a squelchy frog. No reverb. Maybe one more effect. Synth tom. Oh, let's go a bit lower. You get the idea. Not the best synth in the world, but basically very easy to use, so go check it out. Link in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Free Plugin Friday comes out every single Friday, so if you subscribe, you hopefully get a notification if you hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you next time.